Rachel Weissman here for RebellionResearch.com, speaking with Dr. Lola Fatumbi, Chief Strategy Officer for Separation Methods Technologies Incorporated. Hi, Lola. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, Rachel. Thank you for having me here today to talk to you all. So my name is Alola De Fatumbi. I have a BS in chemistry from Lincoln University. Then I went on to get my PhD in bioanalytical chemistry from the University of Massachusetts Amherst. I then did postdoctoral research at the University of Pennsylvania in the chemical and biomolecular engineering department. So I have a pretty diverse scientific background that spans drug discovery, computational biology, and a little bit of bioengineering research and cell research.
That's very impressive. So why don't you tell me a little bit about your company, Separation Methods Technologies, and your role as the Chief Strategy Officer there?
Oh, certainly. So Separation Methods Technologies, also known as SMT, is a Surface Research Chemistry Corporation. And so we specialize in manufacturing materials and methods for sciences that they can use to solve problems in separation, detection, remediation. So some of the broad applications I can tell you we've done work in water purification and water contamination, helping scientists to understand what are the different contaminants that are in drinking water and help with them to purify it. We've also done work in drug discovery research where we've helped scientists develop methods for detecting HIV. A lot of those applications are in our application notes online. More recently, we've done a lot of work where we're getting a lot of clients that are interested in helping us to understand more about cannabis and CBD oil. So that's like a really exciting topic we're working on right now.
Wow, that's so innovative. Okay, so besides your work at SMT, what else do you do?
So I also am a fellow in American Association of Advancements of Science, was AAAS. I'm a science and technology fellow. And so that's basically a fellowship for scientists and engineers to get to know a little bit more about policy and see how we can use our backgrounds and training and skills in scientific research to help impact the world in policy. So my first year I worked at the National Science Foundation, and now I'm about to start a fellowship at the Department of State in the East Asian Pacific Affairs, Japan Affairs.
Wow. So you have a pretty strong background in scientific policy.
Yeah.
I would love to hear your opinion on some, pressing issues that are present in the world today that you think more people should be focusing on.
Oh, yeah. So I guess there's a lot. Like, I know there's a lot of different things going on, like the end of like vaccinations is pretty controversial. I think one thing I think a lot about that I think a lot of people should be thinking about is whether America is losing their technological edge and what we can do about it, how we shouldn't panic if we are. For the first time in 2016, we saw that China had more publications than America in scientific publications, but I mean, they didn't have more citations, but it's very interesting to understand that. And I think we should learn more about how we can, learn how to leverage other countries that are going ahead in technology, see how we can collaborate more and work more internationally and build a lot of relationships, and also think about how we can train more scientists in America, especially minority groups and women, so that they can bring a diverse edge and more interesting research to scientific discovery.
Wow. I like that a lot. So, as you mentioned, there are a lot of concerns in the scientific world, like you mentioned, the end of vaccinations for kids mainly. Other than that, do you think there are any other topics that you would like to see more scientists or different candidates address, or is there anything that you particularly are very passionate about?
So I care a lot about like us being in America and us having like pure drinking water. I guess not. I guess I said the end of vaccination, but I really meant like a lot of people are seeing whether or not it's controversial not to have vaccination. There is the end of antibiotics that is happening because we're finding that a lot of us are becoming more and more resistant to antibiotics. So that is definitely a problem. I think that a lot of people should start thinking about, and at least start talking about in America. I think that we should focus more on trying to understand why other people don't want to get vaccinated, and understand what are the long-term effects of it, and understand, like, if they think that they're getting vaccination is linked to different types of issues, why are they thinking this way? So I'm definitely interested in not just looking about vaccinations and like the causes of it, the scientific causes of it. I'm interested in understanding like the sociological implications and like how this affects us long term, you know? Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. So as a woman in science, we're going to take a bit of a turn here. As a woman in science, what is the best piece of advice you can offer for someone like me, you know, trying to make it in the world with a degree in physics? Any other women in science that are just trying to make it as entrepreneurs? Any advice? Anything to offer?
Fantastic. First of all, you are on the way to go. Like, I think that as a woman in science, it's a little bit intimidating sometimes, but it's very exciting. It's very exciting because you get to bring a perspective that is different than what a lot of people are thinking, and you get to like change the world. Essentially, I think one of my greatest advices is always have a group of strong women around you, or strong men and women, especially because sometimes you can find people that are men that look nothing like you. So like my boss was this older Russian male, and I was afraid of him for a very long time, but he introduced me to a lot of different opportunities that him, out of all people, I never thought would ever he would do so. So I encourage a lot of women to understand that you can find different advocates of people that don't look like you, and make sure that you have those type of advocates, but still definitely find women that are supportive, because there's certain things that women go through and we just understand each other. The others don't understand each other. I feel like a lot of women are tempted to, like, are taught that in order for you to make it like a man, you need to act like a man, or you need to act like how they act. And I really encourage women to just be yourself. Do not try to play that on their own game or do them like how they do you. Be yourself, because the world is not going to change if we grow a lot of women or breed a lot of women to act like men. The world is only going to change if we have women that are brave enough to be themselves.
It is so refreshing to hear that point of view from somebody, and I truly wish people held the same perspective as you. You know, I admire how far you've come, and I admire the amount of coursework that you've accomplished, and the years of schooling that you've gone through, because you've gone through a lot more than I have. And you have certainly faced more obstacles than I have. And, you know, you face the obstacles that I'm about to face, and I'm nervous.
No, you never know. We never know what other people are going through. I think that in our world today, a lot of people assume, they look at somebody like, oh, because the thing is, my dad has his PhD in chemistry, and he started our company. So everybody's like, of course you are going to get this because you have a dad, you know?
No, but you worked for it.
Yeah, exactly. So we have to make sure that, and then this power, or this that I had, I did not talk like this a long time ago. I was a very nervous person. I was very afraid of people, and I was scared to like take next steps forward. It took like 10 million steps later for me to be able to say, you know what, I belong in this realm. I belong in this realm way more than I don't. And I have to, and it's my duty as a person that was born with this privilege, if you could say, to be able to not only become a scientist and give back to the world, but also inspire other women like me that, you know, that look like me, that or don't even look like me, just anybody that knows that they're in this world of science and they feel like they don't belong. Yeah. Even if it's a man.
Yeah. Well, you truly are an inspiration, I can tell you that.
Thank you. I'm sorry about you. Physics is hard. Oh my gosh.
It's tough, but like you said, I belong here. At first I didn't think so, but I worked hard, I paved my way, and now I belong in this world.
Yes.
Tell me though, if it weren't for science, is there anything else you would be doing?
So when I think about it, it's like, so I really love hair. I love makeup, but then I think of stuff and I'm like, ooh, what if we can use a 3D printing to create new hairstyles or our new hair extensions? So it's
Bringing
like
technology to passions. I love it.
Yes. So I really love fashion, and and I really love stuff like it. But it's funny because for a long time I was taught that you can't really do both. You're either have to look like this if you want to be a scientist, and I really welcome the thought that you can look any type of way, and you can be more than two things, or you can have different types of passions. Like if you like doing skydiving or you like painting, in fact, being creative makes you an even better scientist, because to get a PhD, you have to do something that nobody's ever done before. And it means that you have to be a creator and be creative. So I definitely embrace, like, if I wanted to do something else, I think I would be something in the fashion industry that allows me to be creative and probably use technology to
explore your passions and mesh the two together. I love it. Yeah. That's great.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. That's all I have for you today. So thank you for speaking with us.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks.
All right.